Hello everyone, this is Jimo, your brother Jimo Brimo, and as promised, I've come to address the narrative that says that the protest was not done in a civilized manner. And when saying that the protest wasn't done in a civilized manner, they are suggesting that the protesters should have come and discussed, and make their demands known and negotiate with the government and, things like that, which is understandable. But such a statement is actually done to dissuade us, to label us. And in this video, I'm going to prove that it's the Nigerian government that is not civilized and not the citizens and not the protesters. First of all, in every society, in every civilized society, protest is done and it's accepted. It's an acceptable way of expressing your grievance. So the idea of that the protest was not civilized it's not coming from any quarter that want things to be good for the betterment of everybody. Okay, so let's take for example, two adults, they come together, give birth to a child, and then refuse to bathe the child, refuse to give food to the child, refuse to change the diaper of the child, and then by 2 a.m. the child starts crying, and then somebody will say the child is not being mature. It's not being mature. Why would he be crying at 2 a.m.? You should have started crying in the morning when other people are awake. No, it is the parents that are not mature. It's the parents that are not civilized. It's the parents that have not done what they are supposed to do that is making the child cry. That is the issue we should deal with first before blaming the child. We cannot blame the child when the parents have not done what they were supposed to do. So that is where this narrative is faulty. You can't be blaming the victim when the perpetrators are ignored. Assuming the parents took care of the child and did what they were supposed to do and the child was still crying, now that would be a different issue. But as far as the parents have not done what they are supposed to do, they are the ones that are not mature, not the child. So it's the system, the Nigerian system, the Nigerian society, the Nigerian government that is uncivilized, not the protesters. First of all, let's ask ourselves, how many organizations do you know in Nigeria that have succeeded in dialoguing with government? Labour have tried and kept going on strike. ASU have tried. Agreement they entered into while I was still a student up to today have not been implemented because the government is irresponsible, it's uncivilized, the system is uncivilized. And for those who will be saying, strike is an attempt to bend the hands of government to meet your demand, do organizations have to first of all strike or tell government before government take care of their responsibility? The fact that you even need to start telling government what you need, which is the reason why you voted them there in the first place, already shows that the government and the system is very, very uncivilized. And strike don't just happen. It is after negotiation has failed on the part of government. Then you will give government ultimatum, sometimes up to 3 months ultimatum, to tell government, if you don't meet these demands, we are going on strike. So 3 months ahead of time, most times, the government already know that associations are going to go on strike. But the government will keep quiet and do nothing. Then when they finally go on strike, they start running up and scatter, looking for different narrative to dissuade the people, which is uncommendable. Now, because of that, government have broken down labor. Now, labor have different faction and it's so weak because they don't want anybody to oppose them or to tell them what to do. In my last video, I talked about them not being used to protests. They're not being used to being held accountable. An average Nigerian politician don't want to come and give account of what he did with the money that belongs to everybody. So it's a strange and an alien system to them because the system is uncivilized. That's what we're talking about. It's uncivilized. Okay. Now let me show that the society is uncivilized. In Nigeria, minimum wage is per month. In civilized society, minimum wage is per hour. Think about that for a minute. However, though your minimum wage is per month, your pay in Nigeria, most of the workers, their take-home pay cannot take them home. You know, a bag, your minimum wage for a month cannot buy a bag of rice. Is that a civilized society? In civilized society, you don't spend up to 10% of your income for food for yourself and your family. That is what a civilized society look like, where your minimum wage cannot buy a bag of rice. Is it a bag of rice you'll be eating for a month? And the Nigeria economy is being serviced 74% the last time I checked on expenditure. And most times these workers are owed salaries. So where are they getting money to spend? I was a witness to a sector that was not paid for 14 months. And in that 14 months, the government officials are still receiving their fat salary and their allowances. And the ESTA code for a governor, the last time I checked, to move from one state to another is 2 million. So as far as the governors keep moving from one state to the other, 2 million will be paid to them and will be spent. Yet there are people who are waiting for salary that is not up to the bag of rice, and yet they are not paid for 14 months. Yet the economy is running on expenditure. So where are they getting money that they are spending? You see that even the corruption that we're talking about is a symptom of the problem and not the problem itself. Let's talk about education, for example. There are a lot of things, but I'm just avoiding, saying a lot, but just a few to show that it's the society, it's the system, it's the government that is not civilized and not the people who protested. Education in Nigeria, the last time I checked, was less than 5%. But in a civilized society, the 26% of the national budget is supposed to go for education. You see that we are paying lip service when we cannot give even half of what is expected in a civilized society. We cannot give to education. Do you call that a civilized society? Is a society that is not civilized? Okay, let's ask ourselves. In short, if you are listening to this video, answer this question in the comment section. How many youth programs do you know in Nigeria? And please, don't call me and write NYC. I don't want to see NYC. How many youth programs do you know that the government have established, or the one they are foreseeing to establish for the youth? Some people complain that Nigerians, they have too many children, they give birth too much. Why can't we use that? Instead of complaining, why can't manpower be our source of building the nation? That's what China is doing. They are using manpower. They have a lot of people. We are no more than Brazil. The currency of Brazil is 1 to 4, the last time I checked, to the US dollar. And we are no more than them. So let's face issues. Let's face real issues. Let's stop attacking people who are not the cause of the problem. You really think Nigeria is a civilized society? How come it's only our prisons are full of poor people? How about the elites? How many elites do you know that is in prison? In civilized society, you have elites, presidents, senators in prison. Don't they commit crime? How come it's only poor people that you see in prison in Nigeria? You call that a civilized society? And let me shock you. Because this thing is not against one person, it's not against one party. No, we're against the whole system. The whole system need to be overhauled and changed. Do you know the greatest offense that a citizen can do to his country is to take power by force, is to plan a coup d'etat? And the greatest offense a government can commit to its citizens is to kill them, to kill unarmed citizens, civilians. And the person in the helm of affair right now in Nigeria have committed both. Like I said before, this is not against somebody. It's not against a party. It's not against a tribe. It's against the system. The system is not working. It's not working. And we are all feeling the bite. We are feeling the bite. If the system is working, these things that I have pointed out would not be there. So it is the system that is not civilized. We should stop blaming the people and blame the system and fight the system for it to be restructured. The confab of 2014 is the only document we have where Nigerians have come together and said this is the way forward. If you ask me, we should be looking more than 600 resolutions. We should be thinking of implementing some of them, if not for any reason, because that is the only document Nigerians have come together and say, okay, let's do it like this. I mean, before we were doing the British form of democracy, and it wasn't working, so we changed to the American system. This is not working. Why continue to use something that is not working? So my people, I'm doing this video so that we won't be discouraged. People who really don't care about us should not label us. We have not done anything wrong. Protest is not wrong in any sense. They refuse to take care of us, so we decided to take care of ourselves. So they are not qualified to label us. They are not qualified to call us names. What do they know about being us? What do they know about being young at this time and this generation? They don't know anything. In their days, the whites were around and gave them the best. Ask your professors. They knew how they lived as students. Ask the military. They knew how they were trained and sponsored all around the world. That was why at the age of 30, in their middle 30s, they were able to take over power because they were well trained by the whites. They were given the best. What have they given to us? Nothing. And they are calling us names. They don't have the moral right to promote such narratives, to give us name and to define us. They know nothing about being us. They know nothing about being us. So, my comrades, I want us to be encouraged. We have not done anything wrong, and we have to keep our heads high and keep putting pressure, because it is a new dawn. They are afraid. They know that now we are going to hold them accountable, and things are already happening. So let's keep our heads high. Let's encourage ourselves, each other, and continue to fight this fight. Okay, so in my next video, I'm going to counter the narrative that is trying to give a negative meaning to this word, we die here. Okay, this word, we die here, is something that we the youth have come up with, and we have the right to decide what the meaning is. Has it occurred to you that truth have been hijacked by the elite? If a poor man says something, it's as if the poor man does not have his own reality. But as soon as you have money, you have power, you are the one who decides what is truth and what is not truth. They don't know our reality and they can't define truth for us. So we die here, it's not a bad word. In my next video, I'm going to analyze the word, and explain what it really means. And they should not give it a meaning for us. We will give it the right meaning. And it's a source of motivation for us. So as I close, I want to appreciate all those who are listening to my video, commenting. I thank you for your comments. It's encouraging. That shows that somebody is listening to me. And hopefully, we are going to get to the promised land. That is all for today. For me, is have a great day. Bye-bye.